Okay, let's talk about something that's a real headache in an EPA, wristwatches. So, you've probably heard this, right? The official standards don't actually ban watches. That creates this weird loophole. So, what's the big deal? Why the risk? Well, here's the interesting part. The rules aren't about objects, like a watch. Nope, it's all about the materials they're made of. Let's get into it. First up, you've got insulators. Think plastic, leather, stuff like that. The rule of thumb is simple. Keep them 300 millimeters away from sensitive stuff. But what happens when your hands get closer, say less than 25 millimeters? Then the voltage has to be under 125 volts. That's a super tough standard to meet. Okay, so what about the other kind of watch? You guessed it, metal ones. Even if your wrist strap has you grounded, that metal watch isn't. It's an isolated conductor. And if that thing touches a sensitive component, the rules get almost impossible to follow. Yeah, we're talking a tiny window between negative 35 and positive 35 volts. And here's the kicker. Your hands are always working inside that 300 millimeter danger zone. So, trying to follow either rule? It's pretty much impossible to do consistently. This is why you can't rely on the standard's ambiguity. You need a clear, practical policy. So your facility's ESD plan has to lay down the law with one of two options. And really, there are only two ways to go. Ban watches entirely, or make sure they're always covered. At the end of the day, it's simple. If you don't control the wrist, you can't protect the product. Which leaves us with one last question. Is your wrist policy clear enough to actually work?